Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to talk about whether ChatGPT plagiarizes in content creation. So the video will be useful not only to university students who are worried about plagiarism, but also all online content creators who might be using one AI tool or another. However, I will start with students. And you might know as a student how plagiarism tempts you with the promise of quick, effortless success. It's like the shortcut that turns your essay into a game of intellectual hide and seek, where you hope your professor won't catch you red-handed in the labyrinth of unoriginality. Plagiarism is a serious concern in the realm of content creation, one that I've personally had to deal with as a university teacher. And I'm going to use the words of Anthony Bridgerton and say that plagiarism has actually been the bane of my existence. So I aim to help you avoid it. This is the main purpose of the video. What if the content creator is an AI language model like ChatGPT? Does ChatGPT basically copy and paste? These are the questions I'm going to answer. But the answers I provide are not as straightforward as you might think, because the truth needs unpacking. And I'll start with the benefits of AI writing tools. Have you seen the movie I, Robot, starring Will Smith, who is now a controversial figure? So in the movie, he basically spends most of his time trying to convince others that robots are only lights and clockwork and they're not to be trusted. He actually turns out to be right, but I believe that the world today would probably disagree with him. AI has become so ubiquitous that ignoring its benefits doesn't seem to make much sense anymore, and it's not something that can be taken back or put back in the box anyway. When used correctly and ethically, so the emphasis is on both adverbs, AI writing tools can be of great assistance. They can have a series of benefits, such as selection in line with your writing objectives. They'll offer you detailed input on complex topics. You can customize the tone and structure of the generated content. Leverage AI to improve your topic ideas and titles. It will aid you in idea generation, outlining, drafting, editing, and publishing. And I'll go back to idea generation just a bit later in the video. Your productivity will be enhanced. Spelling and grammar recommendation will be offered. You'll be provided with content suggestions, and basically the entire writing process ends up being streamlined, so time is saved as well. One student told me that ChatGPT actually helped him understand internal combustion machines better than the professor, so that's a big deal. AI can undoubtedly give a helping hand. What is ChatGPT's approach to generating text? So, because it's designed to assist with language tasks, you might wonder how ChatGPT does this. By generating responses tailored to your preferences and requirements. Since responses are adapted to individual user input, the chances of creating identical output for different users are significantly reduced. That's the good news. And according to developers at OpenAI, ChatGPT has been crafted to be plagiarism-free, with the goal of generating original content to the greatest extent possible. Still, you know what they say about the best of intentions, right? The model's learning process involves extensive training data, potentially including existing online content. So this could cause ChatGPT to unintentionally produce text that is similar to what's already out there. This brings me to my next point, which is the fine line between inspiration and plagiarism in AI writing tools. Plagiarism means using another person's work, concepts, or language without proper acknowledgement. When AI like ChatGPT generates text that bears a resemblance to sources it has encountered, the question of plagiarism obviously arises. This much is clear as a student when you decide to present AI-generated material as your original student work without acknowledging the source, also known as copying and pasting. ChatGPT use does cross from inspiration to plagiarism. So AI-generated content is not inherently free from the possibility of plagiarism. As a student, you should follow 3 steps to keep academic institutions happy. And again, I speak from experience here, what I've been asked to pass on to students. Step 1, acknowledge that AI may produce concepts that are not entirely unique. Step 2, conduct an assessment with a reliable plagiarism checker, and you'll get recommendations for this in a moment. Step 3, change any content that is similar to existing sources. Basically paraphrase and paraphrase heavily. Can AI mimicry be considered plagiarism? This is a question connected to intellectual property laws. This is because AI employs natural language processing techniques to analyze and understand patterns in human written text, allowing it to emulate human writing styles and generate content. The bad news is that this is still being debated with no definitive consensus in sight. How to measure ChatGPT's originality then? There is a way to do this. Through a ChatGPT plagiarism score, conventional plagiarism detection tools analyze text patterns, compare them to existing sources, and provide a similarity score to identify instances of plagiarism. The score reflects the similarity between text generated by ChatGPT and internet text. In academia, if you have a plagiarism score under 15%, you will generally be fine. And if you want more information on this as a student, I know you might be eager to find out more, I will link a blog post of mine below which talks exactly about this, how Turnitin, the university system that checks against plagiarism, is linked to ChatGPT now, and whether you can get away with using ChatGPT in your university assignments. Now, although recent developments have made the detection of plagiarism in ChatGPT generated content easier, its complete detection is still out of reach. This is a serious limitation, I believe. We basically need more reliable plagiarism checkers or updates in these tools. So what I recommend is that you use the following 3 tools in order to check your content against ChatGPT plagiarism. The first one is Grammarly, which is the best and most user-friendly tool. Then we have Scribr, this is the most thorough, and then Turnitin, but this one can prove less accessible to students compared to university staff. Now let's talk about best practice for using ChatGPT responsibly. Given that it's impossible to escape AI at the moment, since its tools improve language generation, assistant translation, and enhance content creation, it's no wonder that even Oxford University professors like Michael Osborne say they want students to use ChatGPT. Yet employing ChatGPT too much can get you accused of plagiarism, and making too little use of it might leave you staring at your computer screen without anything to elaborate on. This tightrope is yours to navigate. It is a balancing act, and I'm afraid I can't give you the answer you might be looking for, as in, no, don't ever use ChatGPT, or yes, by all means use it, because there are ways to escape plagiarism detection nowadays. My personal belief is that ChatGPT is fabulous for ideation and creativity enhancement. Ideation being idea generation. It's up to you to then take the ideas that are worthwhile, do research on them, and properly develop them in a piece of academic writing. If you also consistently attribute externally sourced material to authors through citations and references, you should be safe from any and all plagiarism allegations. Which brings me back to the legal aspect of it all, and that's AI content and copyright law. This is a very, very important aspect of the topic because you don't want to to get in trouble legally, right? So in the United States, copyright law mandates that a work must have human authorship to qualify for copyright protection. I'll just say that again. A work must have human authorship to qualify for copyright protection. Thus, content generated exclusively by AI is not eligible for copyright unless it includes substantial creative input from a human. Even so, there are legal challenges associated with the use of AI-generated content, such as copyright infringement and liability issues. There's also a risk of violating intellectual property rights when AI-generated content mirrors copyrighted works closely. This is particularly concerning if the AI had access to the original works, which could result in legal consequences for copyright infringement. Basically, if the AI had access to an original novel, for instance, and you're trying to write a novel that's similar to that one and you ask ChatGPT to help you, so the content it comes up with might very well be too close to that novel, and so you'd be in trouble for basically copying and pasting that content with the help of ChatGPT. So this is food for thought if you're pondering writing a novel with the help of AI. In conclusion, AI language models like ChatGPT have taken the world by storm. There's no stopping them now. However, they also raise complex issues concerning plagiarism in academia. The solution, no obvious one, I'm afraid. I'm repeating myself here. I believe you should use AI tools responsibly, ensuring the originality of generated content with reliable plagiarism checkers, as well as proper citing and referencing. Edit too heavily, because I'd rather work as a teacher, I'd rather work with a student's own imperfect words than AI supposedly perfect content. Plus, what student progress can there be in the absence of originality and genuine effort? As AI continues to evolve, so too should our understanding and ethical use of these powerful tools. This has been a lot of information, I'm aware of that, and maybe I've said it too fast. I tend to do that. So if you want to read all of this, I will link my blog post for you to do that. Just check the video description below. And then I'm also going to link a video and a blog post on how to break the cycle of performance anxiety. Again, if you're a student, this should help you a lot. And if you're a professional, perhaps even more, because there are moments when you feel overwhelmed and you want to, just as I said, to break this cycle of anxiety so that you perform joyfully. This is it from me for now. Thanks for watching and see you soon.